Hey, what's going on, guys? Want to share a really cool story before I go into the weekend plan. So yesterday, I actually had coffee with a guy that has been coming out to our church ever since like 2 or 3 weeks ago when I was out of town. He was visiting, and the way he actually came out to our church was because there's a business owner that's been coming out to our church for a little while. Hasn't gone through Next, but he calls City Hope his home church. And I've actually built a relationship with this guy. And what's really neat is this business owner invited this gentleman, his name's Reed, out to City Hope a couple weeks ago. And so, one, that's really cool that the business owner did that. Just shows that he's really bought into what God is doing here. And so, but then, so talking about Reed, what's really neat about Reed's story is that he hadn't been in church. He moved here like a year and a half ago. Hadn't been to church in quite some time, and so he got invited to come out. And that day, Pastor Trey was talking about depression, and God used that message to really just grab hold of this guy's heart. He had been battling depression for years, thought he had it under control, and just last week, that week leading up to Trey's message, he had really had some serious bouts of depression, and so he comes to church, is blown away by the message, and has been coming out ever since then. And again, we had coffee yesterday, and it was just so cool just hearing his story. And man, you can't make stuff up like that. I shared this at the meeting on Sunday about just the Holy Spirit, touching people's lives, moving in people's lives, working behind the scenes, drawing people to Jesus. It's just so cool. And this guy's a direct result of that. And, again, this is why we do what we do every single weekend, why we're here in this community, to see people become alive in the true hope of Jesus. And so wanted to encourage you guys with that story. But jumping into this weekend, it's pretty much a standard weekend, guys. Very similar to last weekend. We have that series going on, Son of Man. And we will have Next taking place. By the way, Joe Drake is teaching Next. Joel, you can teach Next if you want. But Joe Drake, he is going to be teaching Next for the first time. Excited about that. Woohoo! As always, we have our campus prayer going on as well. So Sarah Beth, I know Scott's out of town, but encourage your team to be here by 7:45 so we can pray together. During the announcements during your huddle time, especially for 10 o'clock, 11:30, I really want us to keep Easter at City Hope in front of our team. That's only a couple weeks away, and so during your announcements, just encourage everyone to continue to invite at least 5 people. We actually have brand new Easter at City Hope cards coming in for this weekend, and so make sure all of your volunteer team gets at least 5 of those to pass out. And again, our goal is to invite at least 1,000 people. I believe we can do that. We have 200 volunteers. If everyone does 5 people, then invites at least 5 people. That's 1,000. And then that's not including those in small groups and then people that just come to our church that are going to be inviting as well. And so I really believe we could hit that mark. With all that said, a little side note, need you guys, once again, we talked about this on Sunday, but in communication with your team, have them report to you every time that they invite someone to church. I actually invited someone to church today and, sent out the text to Lewis and Trent. And so I know Chris and Lindsay, you guys have already had 20 people that have been invited just from your team alone as of yesterday. So that's really awesome. But once again, guys, just remind your team to report any invitations to you guys. And tomorrow afternoon, if you guys could, or actually even on Saturday, if you guys could just shoot me a text, I'll shoot you a text to remind me. And if you guys could just report how many invitations you guys have had, that way I could write them on the marker board. I want to keep that number in front of them. And again, we want to have record numbers here come out to Easter at City Hope. Also, have everyone continue to pray at 4:21 p.m. every day for Easter at City Hope. Make sure you encourage them to do that. Then lastly, serving for Easter at City Hope. So Team A is going to be serving on Saturday evening. for the 4:30, 6:30 service, and Team A being Jenkins, Drakes, and Golf. So you guys are covering Saturday evening. All of your team, most likely, we're just going to combine those teams, whatnot, and have signups available as well. And then on Sunday, Sarah Beth, Scott, Haynes, and Davis's. You guys are covering that Sunday. Your teams will be covering that. What I'm going to do is we're going to have signups available for all those services. And I really want to encourage our team to serve at least 2 services. And so, and then also, like, if there are some that are serving on Saturday night, they want to help out and serve on Sunday, that's completely fine, and vice versa. So we're going to have overlap, but I really want to have full teams, especially on that Sunday, especially with parking, ushers. We need all hands on deck, especially on Sunday. And so go ahead and communicate that to your teams. I'm actually going to send out a request to serve for Easter at City Hope here in just a little bit as well. All right. The other logistical thing for this weekend, because we have new Easter at City Hope invite cards, make sure your greeters at the worship center doors are passing those out as well. Looking at your teams this weekend, I think the only team that might be a little bit low is Austin Leanna. Looks like your greeter team is a little bit low. You have 1, 2, 3 people. You have 3 people confirmed right now. I could send out a sign-up sheet for that. You guys just let me know, unless you guys have that covered already. And just so you know, Nicole Nelson is just kind of stepping down from serving right now. And let's see. Oh, also on your team, the only new person that is going to be shadow trained this week across the boards is a guy named, just slipped my mind, Alexander Sells. He's going to be serving Austin Leanna. He'll be serving on your team as an usher. I don't think Chris Murphy will be there. By the way, Chris Murphy's mom passed away. I know Haynes, Austin Leanna, you guys know that. For everyone else, you guys may not know that. Funeral is tomorrow. But keep him in your prayer. Reach out to him. He's such a great guy. But Alexander will be shadow trained this Sunday. So if you guys could reach out to him, all of his information is there listed when you click on his name. Anyways, and also you could have Al Poter just shadow train him. Al knows kind of the ins and outs of everything. Let's see. I think that's it. Sarah Beth Connect team. I scheduled Jackie for 8:30 because I know Scott's not going to be there as well. So I think that's it. All right. Anyways, that's pretty much it, guys. I guess just the last thing. Once again, I can't overstate this enough of just about Easter at City Hope, and just how much you guys are playing such a vital role in helping us lead that. And so just help us to continue to keep the vision in front of it. Continue to invite people yourself, tell your team to continue to pray. I just really feel this urgency this year to just reach out like never before to our community. And I really believe that God's going to show up. But anyways, love you all. I'll see you guys on Sunday.